Hi, I'm Daniel and this is Ashville Weekly, episode 124. It's Monday morning and I'm in the yard. We are expecting the train any second. It's already gone down to Colnbrook and it's turning round. The L860 is fired up, the shovel is fired up, and the 926 is ready and waiting. But before the train gets here, last week you saw us doing the concreting work, which I'm very happy with. And now we're gonna put some barriers in place, and the material that we excavated to lay the concrete pads, we are gonna move that out of the way to make more space, and we're gonna tidy up the area. So my plan is to put a couple of jersey barriers here to section this area off. So we've got jersey barriers on that side, jersey barriers on this side. The concrete lorries reverse in and load directly from the silo. It keeps separation from this area where somebody else could park. And Terry's here. Oh, Terry, give us a wave. Tezza's in. What are you saying?
Monday morning, we're in the yard.
We are. We're in the yard on Monday morning. We're optimistic and we're happy, and Flo has gone to get the jump pack. What's the jump pack for? Oh, the 926, is it dead? Oh, this. Now the plan is to put bags over here in this yard, because we normally have them sat in the other yard, and I wanted to put the row here, and Flo said
no, because it's going to stop them working.
So we're going to put a couple of barriers here out to this point and put one barrier there, one barrier on the other side, because Flo said he wants to get in and out with the forklift and have loads of space. So I've just asked the boys to give it a scrape, clean it, sweep it, make sure it's nice, put the barriers there. We're running low on jersey barriers, but luckily we have two in molds and we're going to keep making them. We'll try and do as much as we can before the train gets here, because when the train gets here, the area will be closed off. But if we can get that material out, at least we got some space to work. Let's do this. The train has arrived. Monday morning as scheduled. I have become the fat controller from Thomas the Tank Engine. Let's get this train offloaded. Gonna head up to the office. A familiar face is back. Michael, the first Ashville employee ever, is in the house and he's doing the work to put the new PowerPoints in place and prepare the office for all our newcomers. And at long last, we have done the 4.5 hour train offload video. And that's the L860 working with the new arm. It's in full 4K and it's something to have on it in the background. Don't try and watch it and think you're gonna get excited. Just leave it on in the background. I've got it on in here and I'm just listening to the sounds. And if you like what's going on at Ashville, it's a great way to feel like you're here. So if you put this on in your house or your office, it's gonna feel like you're in the yard. It's such an epic video. Like, I reckon it's like the best video that we've ever done. So I can't wait to see if anyone's gonna do a reaction video to this. In my office right now is setting up a makeshift sound booth. I'm going to be doing voiceover for the TV show which I was filming in the past couple months. The edits are on their final versions and I've heard the network are very happy, but I have some voiceover to do here because when they're going back and forth with edits, there's some bits I need to do to hold the story together or to explain a little better, because possibly I was running around doing absolutely crazy things as mad engineering was happening around me. So I want to see how this little booth is set up. Might get some pointers for a future Ashville sound booth. And with record ticket sales, the pressure is on to finish building it before its scheduled maiden voyage. Tuesday morning, I'm in the yard. We have a fuel delivery and I'm admiring my lovely concreted area with my jersey barriers all in place. Nice. We've sectioned it off so we can put the bags in there. So we'll make the bags in the other yard and we'll put them in this yard so we can load them that bit quicker. Put additional concrete pipes, chains and connectors and other bits will go in this basket over here. Another area where I told you we are going to get back on it and make some improvements is in the concrete testing area within the container. All right, so we're having a little tidy up in here. These are our 150 mil cubes. So 150 mil cubes are generally used on the railway and 100 mil cubes are used on construction sites. We need to put this light back up, fix it on here, all our different admixtures, what they do, the properties. What we were doing was making cubes and then sending the cubes off, letting someone else test them, or we were leaving the cubes on sites where they had the incubation chambers. We would just say, can we knock up a couple of cubes here just to test the concrete that we're delivering? But we're gonna fill ours with water now, get the water circulating, clean this entire area out, make sure that everything's on shelves and it's accessible. Just tidying up our little set here. We have all our cones for the slump test, we have our scoops, we have all our bars for tapping. Here's a set of chutes to go on the back of the auger when we need to extend it. All our admixtures are over there, and over here, these are all the attachments that go within the concrete block so we can hook onto them and pick them up. There's a little bit of work to do in here, but we should get this area looking spick and span. I've already contacted BSI, but they know us already because we were previously BSI with the concrete. So what we need to do now is just remind them who we are, bring them out for an audit. We have all the paperwork, we just need to get it in a presentable fashion. And yes, let the work begin. Tuesday evening. I'm heading to QPR against Sunderland, being joined by some of the major corporates, some of their staff, and John Smith, who is the founder and MD of GB Rail Freight. And he is an avid Sunderland fan. So whenever there's a game coming up, he emails me, and the email title is The Mighty Sunderland. We'll find out tonight how true that is. Feel a little bit scattered. I've been all over the place today in meetings, running around. I had a meeting in Watford, then I had a meeting in Park Royal, then I had to run and go and get changed. I was talking to a gentleman who reached out to me. He's an MD of a very large company up north. They got about 400 lorries in total. And I said, are you gonna pop down and visit? And he said,
Yes, I'm gonna visit.
I thought I read it wrong at first, but then he said,
Can I land the heli at the yard?
I also read it about 3 or 4 times and I realized he said heli. That's how you know man's comfortable. He didn't even say helicopter. He said the heli. Unfortunately, we don't have space, so I had to tell him the closest place is the Denham Aerodrome, and then I had to drop in there that I'm trying to get my PPL, but it's reminded me I need to push on with my flying lessons. So I'm gonna try and book some of those in, because it's like the only thing that I keep trying to do that I haven't accomplished or haven't managed to overcome, but I'll get there. Homing in on QPR, hopefully it can be fruitful. So we're 1-0 down, again, but we have a penalty. There is hope.
You missed the last one, David.
Yes, I did. When it's your show, you edit it the way you see fit. Wednesday, and I'm in the yard. We're doing all the bits and pieces. Mikey's in the house. Vesha's in the house. And Mikey has just done something very important. You saw this a long time ago, and we haven't had it in place. We have got them since then, but it hasn't been in place. Mikey, do the honors. See that bell? That's the variation bell. If you go outside of the original scope of works, we hit this bell and we begin to put together a variation. Innit, Vesha?
Yes.
We need to keep on top of these variations, and now I have my variation bell back. Loving that. The time now is 1 p.m. I'm trying to get as much as I can done, and I've got 4 people coming up one after the other, and then I have a Zoom with BSI at 2:30. At the refurbishment project this week, we push on. Digging a trench for the air conditioning. The bit closest to the house is under the scaffold, so we have to start by digging by hand. So shovel into a bucket and then into the dumper. This window is no longer there in the proposed plans because there's going to be shelving in the garage. So we remove the window, we remove the frame, we break away the block work, and we prepare to brick it up. Using the lovely reclaimed bricks that Dudek selected, it's a perfect match. Once again, using blocks to fill in a window. Cutting down some of the tiles with a grinder because we can't use a whole one. We continue tiling this area of the roof. Making the floor for the loft out of timber beams. Once we have all the beams in place going from front to back, we fit noggins in between them to give them that additional strength. Happy that my sign has now gone up on the wall. I like kit like that, it's very nice. Last night, one of the guests at QPR, who John Smith from GB Rail Freight brought, an author called Christian Walmer. He is a journalist, but he specializes in rail, and he gave me a signed book. Look, as I love trains, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not gonna have a chance to read it anytime soon, but I'm gonna save it, and then probably when I take a holiday next year, that'll be the time that I would finally get round to reading it. And at the bathroom project, work has slowed down a bit because we're just templating for all the glass. Clean the area to get rid of all the dust. And what you can see Chris doing here is measuring up to create the channel for the bespoke glass shower screen. This channel is recessed between the tiles, and then we do a template, and then they make the glass around the shape of the template, and then when the glass comes back, we fit it within this channel, which is already between the tiles, and then it looks seamless. How we doing? How we doing, mate? Having a look. I'm not doing anything in particular here. I was going a bit brain dead in my office. Just the same task over and over, email, typing, responding, phone call. So I thought I'd come for a walk in the yard. I'm not gonna lie, man. I love my concreted area in the middle. We've got one lorry in the tyre bay. We've got all the tyres sorted out. We've got some of the lads washing off, keeping the lorries clean. Now we've got the central area done. We can do a lot more washing the lorries and keeping them clean. I don't really have anything to say. Just checking in. Just checking in. Thursday morning, I'm in the yard. I have an 8 o'clock meeting. I sat in my office waiting, just took a walk through the yard, and I've seen that we are cleaning off the 926, so we can now put the new cutting edge on it. Unfortunately, when we had a closer inspection of the bucket, it was damaged, the rear area, but it's not too late. So what we're gonna do is cut out the damaged and weak areas and completely remove them. Now remove all the bolts of the existing cutting edge, take it off, use the grinder, and we're gonna give it a clean. Put the new cutting edge on, and now the new cutting edge is on with new bolts. We take bits of steel and we tack weld to hold them in place. Once they're tack welded and they're where they need to be, then we do a full-on weld. And once done, this 926 bucket will be completely resurrected. And we have a delivery of Ashville ton bags. Result, because if I look on the top of the scaffold, they look like they're about to run out. I'm just doing a watch through of weekly episode 122. Now, the refurbishment project, we've concentrated a lot on the staircase from the ground to the first floor, but straight away after that, there's another staircase which goes up to the new loft area. Now, I want to incorporate the design of the one from the ground to first. Very difficult to do because it's a completely different shape, but I want to incorporate some of it. The best way to do it, as we're having a spiral staircase on the ground floor, is to have one slightly similar, but we won't be able to do it in the same way. But if we can replicate the handrail, which is going to be on the ground floor staircase, and we can put that on the staircase which goes to the loft, I think that will be enough that you'll get an idea of continuity as you go from one level to another. The spiral staircase will take up a little bit more room, but you know, the house is pretty spacious, so it's all about the design there. Little update in the office upstairs. All the power is now done. The computers have been delivered. The shelves are in place. The camera on one side has been moved, and we are ready to work. There's also a lovely little cabinet behind the desk here, so everyone has plenty of room. Standing in the yard 2 weeks back, I told you that we were going to go for the BSI, and I said it's 2.5 grand. Well, boy, I was wrong. BSI just sent us a quote, and BSI want 7.5 grand, man. I am fuming, and 2 inspections. It used to be 1 inspection, so I'm gonna have to, start rubbing my tin cup against my cell grill to try and get some money in for that, but it's something I said we're going to do, so we're just going to have to push on and try and do it anyway. Oh. Daniel, Michael, my brother, you are and look and feel older than me.
No, I don't. I've just come from the GE and I'm as fit as a fiddle.
You just come from the where?
The gym.
You just came from the gym. What were you doing?
Just
Fixing the
started the
electrics in there or what?
I was doing abs, cabs and crabs.
I actually was in the gym myself this morning. I was actually doing core, so we'll say that you were doing core, but maybe then you went to the yard and did one of the cabs. Maybe you had a broken wire and you had the dashboard was lighting up, so you had to go and...
Me, you and Moneybags all go to the gym in the morning before we go to work at 4 o'clock, yeah? That sounds good. I had to dump the car in Heathrow, so I went into Valley Parking, drove up the top, and I went gourmet, and I'd done me usual, dropped him a nice little drink, not a lot. I think it was £3 I give him. Said, part that for me, mate. Anyway.
Yeah, oh yes, no problem, sir.
So I'm going out, going,
I don't have
shouting at me. He put his phone. I'm looking at him. I don't know you.
He went, YouTube.
Bridget said, "Does he know you?" I said, "I ain't got a clue." One of your fans.
No, it looks like he's one of your fans.
No, he's one of your fans because it's your show, isn't it? You're taking all the limelight away from me now.
No, that's not.
Don't even put my head up anymore now, so that people can see who I am.
All right. Well, we need to get something in the. No, we've got the other do. We got that do. We got that St. Patrick's Day do. So other than that, yeah, fine. So we have got something in the diary. Then we're all right.
Yeah. Celebrate our birthday.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. All right. See you later.
Speak soon.
See you. Right. It's Friday, and I'm in the car. Just talking to my pal MOD. This morning when I was in the gym, somebody came up to me and said they watched a couple of videos and they asked me a question. It's a question people have asked me in the past before, and they were like,
how are you here at this time and then you're going to do a full day's work and you're going to do everything that you're going to do today, and you're like, are you working tomorrow?
Of course I'm working tomorrow. Saturday's a working day. And then
what are you doing on Sunday?
So, well, I got voiceover in the morning, then I want to go gym, then I got to catch up with all my work emails, so I'm ready for Monday. Monday we go again. I got a full week next week. And I'm like,
how do you do it? Like, how do you have that level of energy?
And the answer is, I don't have that level of energy. Sometimes I'm just completely on autopilot. There's some workouts I have when I go to the gym and I'm just there and I'm doing the work that I'm capable of doing, but every session I do is not like the best session I've ever done. I'm not doing personal bests, PB if you're in the game, every single time I go gym, and I'm not getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Sometimes I go to the gym and I'm going through the motions, and how I manage to balance that with my work as well is I always plan ahead. Like, I train in the evening, but if I know I've got something in the evening, from the night before, I will have all my bags and everything packed. They will be in the car, and I spend the time in the evenings to make sure I'm ready for the next day. So today I've got one bag with lunch, I've got one bag with clothes to go and meet the sticker man, I've got one bag with my work clothes, and I've got a gym bag. So I left the house with 4 bags, and I kind of put precision and timing into my day and map it out. Now, I'm not walking around the most efficient I've ever been. Every time you knock something off the list, you're basically moving forward by a millimeter. And sometimes you just stay still. You're treading water. But if you can manage to tread water or just even take a little step back, you're still in a great place. Because if you didn't do that, you would have gone further back. No matter what you do, you're still in the game. And then next week or the next day, there will be a better day, and then you can push forward there. So those days when you're so tired and you can't be bothered to do anything and you feel brain dead and you got to have loads of confrontational conversations and you got to worry about cash flow and it's the end of the month and this person hasn't paid and this company has made up a bunch of queries so they don't have to pay the invoice. They owe you 100 grand and they've got an invoice for £360 and they're using that invoice not to pay the whole 100 grand, and you might need to supplement it yourself out your personal money for 24 hours. When you're having those days, the only advice I can give you is just do your best to firefight and make informed decisions. And when those things are happening, I just completely write off any extracurricular activities. When I'm at work, I can't be saying to myself, well, I have to go out on Saturday night and enjoy myself, so my whole week leads up to that. It's the other way around. Your weekend or your holiday or your extracurricular fun and everything, it has to work around your work commitments and your ambition, not the other way around. Planning, timing, consistency, stubbornness, and raw grit and determination. Just hanging in there, man. You gotta hang in there, like I try and do. And I hope that answers that question. Nearly at the yard. We continue the work in the main office, and Terry had a great idea earlier. There's a lot more work going on upstairs in the aggregates and concrete office than there is in the construction office, with only David and Vesha down there, and David's spending 65% of his time on site. Now Vesha isn't very happy with me, but what I'm going to do is take the printer from the construction office, which is a proper volume printer that should be in a much bigger office. I'm going to take that and move it upstairs where we previously had a load of folders, and it means that the people upstairs can print in volume and scan that bit quicker, so it saves them time. Vesha says she refuses to have the dead mash-up printer that everybody's using upstairs.
Dirty like hell.
So Vesha's gone online to find a printer for her scanning and printing of A3. She's not happy with me.
A rude girl.
Yeah. I apologise, Vesha. Also in that area, at the back, there's a little bit of a worktop space where everybody makes tea. I'm going to move the cabinet, the microwave, and the fridge to the end, and I'm going to put a new worktop in place so everybody has that bit more space. If you think of anything else I can do in that office which doesn't involve spending millions of pounds, if you think of anything small that we can do in-house to add value and make that a nicer working area, let me know. Saturday, I'm in the yard, and Simon has come to see me with some prototypes. The accountant is here. What are you saying, Si?
Yeah, not too bad, how's everyone?
We decided now, because we are the Ashville group, we're going to keep it simple on the uniform. For our people who are heading out to go onto site and go onto jobs, we're just going to have Ashville. We're not going to have Ashville concrete and aggregates. We're just going to keep it simple. I'm not going to lie, I saw another company, they had like a kind of like a body warmer, so people could wear what they were comfortable in, and they just had the body warmer over the top so they can wear it in summer and they can wear it in winter. And I stole the idea. But you know when you steal someone's idea and then you do it better, this is what's about to happen. All right, so let's see. What size is this size? Double X? Yeah, Sam, I'm comfortable with my size, double X. What are you saying? Might be a little bit big for me. True, say the waist has gone in a little bit. Might be a bit big, but I'd get mine taken in a little bit here. But yes, I think we're good to go. A little pocket here, so everyone can put the phone there, so when I'm belling off their phone, they can hear it. Let's see the orange one. Embroidered, yeah? Good. We don't do that printing stuff, Si. It'll come up big on me, you know what I mean? Nice and simple. Get on site, it's orange, keeps you warm, high vis. Yes, the decision has been made. What Simon does, he gets the sizes and you sign for your kit. When I see you not wearing it and you say,
I never got one,
I'll go to Simon and Simon say, Dan, I gave him one. So you sign for your kit and then everybody can be fully Ashfilled when they go on site. Happy with that, Si. But what I might have to take the XL in this, not the double X. I might see when you get an XL, because this is, do you know what I mean? This is a bit big for me, so true say, man, lost a little bit of weight there in that. Yeah, nice. Decision made. They're decent, Si.
Yeah, they are. They're good quality.
They're not.
Listen,
like
they're not cheap, but they're good.
Hey, wait, hold on.
The manager will report the issues to the right. Okay, all right. Who's the right authorities?
Hey. So you come into the office, we've got all the policies on the wall, modern slavery, quality policy, sustainability, environmental, employee equality, and safety. We got the yard layouts, nearest hospitals, evacuation points, banksman signs, waste carriers license. And this man is trying to be clever, yeah? This man's trying to read the modern slavery one.
Yeah, modern slavery. I was just saying here, money appears to be limited. Well, I mean, I can confirm that's correct, yeah? Do not appear to demonstrate free choice or to leave site, yeah?
Where are you going? You got 15 minutes left of work. Tay!
They appeared dishevelled with limited clothing, the same hoodie on every day. Dan, there's a lot of things here that are starting to ring.
Wait, no, look at the size of the print. Like, Simon reckons I did the print like mad small so people can't really read it. Don't follow Terry. What Terry means to say is that what we're trying to work out, that we can give everyone as much information as possible. So you step in the office, boom, first thing you see, all the information.
Hello, Ashville.
Filming notice.
Some Cotswold stone. How many tons are you looking for? Is it Cotswold chippings or yeah? Hang on. Cotswold gravel, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. I was actually talking without the mic. Terry had the mic. Right, so you step into the office, first thing you see is all our policies, evacuation, health and safety, nearest hospital, waste carrier's license, printers up here now, transport, sales and operations over this side, all the folders we need. We're going to take all of these and put them now down in the workshop with the previous cabinets which are here, and we're going to put padlocks on all of those. Got a fire extinguisher back on the wall, first aid kits over this side. Simon's back in the accounts books, looking at the banking. Out in the yard, I can see that Jack is working on a tipper. Today is a fleet check day, going around checking all the tyre tread depths. There's greasing going on, and in a little while they'll be loading for Monday morning. Doing a bit of that tyre prevention repair work. So we got some which have worn down a bit, but we're just recutting the treads in them, and then we can put them back on lorries. This is a proper precise task, this is. And this is what they look like when they're done. Look at that. That's a work of art. Look at these. Back on rims, fully inflated and ready to go on a lorry. Saturday afternoon, and the time is 4:48 p.m. I was just about to pull out the yard, but I think I spotted something, and yes, it is done at long last. The boot station is connected. Nice. So this sits in the car park. If we do a flashback of this, we can probably see that we did in fact have one of the triggers on here, but somebody's obviously decided that they're going to take it. And as these are exactly what's on the volumetric, I know someone nicked it for their volumetric, but I'm not going to hold feelings about that. Let's see. So you come over here, your boots are dirty, you're about to get in your car, you take this off. Okay, well, let's turn it on. Turn it on. Nice. Nice. Put it back, shut the water off. Where are the brushes? So, we need to get ourselves some brushes. We have even one brush. All right, this isn't going according to plan. The boot wash is connected for water, but now we need to go and find some triggers. No, there is a brush. No, there isn't. Oh, I didn't see that. Right, okay, well, this brush managed to break. So we need outdoor brushes, and we need 2 triggers, and the boot wash is finally working. I'm gonna try and head to the gym, have something to eat, have an early night, and I will be back here first thing in the morning. Sunday, and I'm in the yard. Oh, here we go.
Are you up?
What do you mean, am I up? It's Sunday, and I'm in the yard. What do you mean, am I up?
Sunday morning, I'm in the yard.
What's happening?
Listen to me now. What are customs and excise doing in the yard?
Turned up and started dipping the tanks.
On what, the machines?
Yeah.
You are joking, aren't you?
Yeah, mate. They turned up in the yard, unannounced. Back doors flew open like the A-Team, and they went running around the yard.
I thought it was just him dipping the lorries or something, so I just followed one of the lorries in or something.
Nah, they didn't bother with one lorry. They checked every single machine.
I see the videos out earlier, and I was just sitting there drinking a cup. I'll have a look at that.
But what do you mean, am I up? Like, what nonsense is that?
But I don't know, you might be out doing a podcast last night, clubbing it, thinking you're John Travolta in your white suit, and then can't get up in the morning.
If I was out clubbing, which I wasn't, why would I be John Travolta in a white suit? Like what?
You might like that. Staying alive, yeah.
What you need to know is, mate, is that it's Sunday, and I'm in the yard.
What are you doing in the yard Sunday? Sunday's quiet though in the yard, isn't it?
It is, but I got voiceover to do for the TV show. You know, when you hear like this kind of, like this voice going over everything, like when I'm running around doing madness, I'm doing all that voiceover now.
So you've got to do all that still?
No, I still got to do all that, but I'm doing episode 2 today, so slowly, we're getting there. What's the plan for today?
West Ham, we're going to have it with West Ham, aren't we?
Oh, Tottenham West Ham today, yeah?
Yeah, Tottenham West Ham today. What we're going to do is white Reeboks on.
You're going to be on your bike soon enough when they chase you to the train station?
They won't be chasing me, mate. I'll be up the front, you'll see me. Up the front.
All right.
Front with all the boys, yeah, bouncing about with me Stone Island and me tight jeans on. I'm looking for Stone Island trousers to fit me, but I can't get any. Anyway, we're talking about clothes. Where's my hoodie?
Your hoodie? Must be in the post.
Yeah.
I ain't got your size.
I'm telling you, if you don't get me a hoodie, I'll be the next one. I'll be down your yard and be right Reebok trainers on me Stone Island. Well, mate, have a good day.
It's Sunday, and I'm in the yard. It's a quiet place. I'm doing voiceover for the 2nd episode. And while it's Sunday, I'm actually happy it's Sunday because it was a bit difficult last week doing it midweek with everything that was going on and the noises of the trucks coming in and out. And I was on the way in this morning. You know, you get inspiration from anywhere. And my mate Phil Moroney at McGee, I saw loads of McGee lorries on the road on a Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. I was like, what? And I called him. Obviously, he was up. And I was like, Phil, what's going on? He's like,
God damn, we're flat out. We're out 7 days a week.
and I was like, you know when you're happy for someone, but you feel like you're getting mocked. And as I drove up the A40, I just saw loads of McGee lorries passing me. So happy for Phil, but it's inspired me. I already messaged Terry, and Terry was back onto me straight away.
Yeah, Dan, I've been thinking of a plan to do this and do that.
So that'll be the next thing we address. There's always something going on here. Gonna get my voiceover started. It's gonna be about 4.5, 5 hours. Gonna finish my emails, and then I'm gonna try and head to the gym. Sunday, and we're in the yard, making it happen. Voiceover finish. My next job is going to the post office. You need to know a post office that's open on weekends and late midweek, so you can find time to get there. You might ask why I'm going to the post office myself. What kind of MD am I? These are letters that, these are letters that I filled out, and I need them posted as soon as possible. If I ask someone else to do it in the office, there's no post office near the office, and they may have to leave work a bit early to do it, or they don't have transport and they can't do it, and it could get delayed to next week, and I'm not having that. So let me just spend the 10-15 minutes and go to the post office myself. I know it's a mundane task, but it's necessary. Next stop, petrol station. Now, I'm not empty, but it's going to be a jam-packed week, and I don't want to be faffing around one morning when I'm about to go to work or about to go home, and I have to go to the petrol station and wait in a queue with loads of other people to fill up, because time is precious. I know it seems like a really small thing, but believe me, in a day when hours are limited, it's a massive thing. So let me just fill up on Sunday so it's out of the way for the week. I probably should wash the car as well, but you know, that's more of aesthetics. That's not going to stop me going anywhere or doing anything or slow me down even. So I'll have to wait. The time is 9:57. I'm going to call it a night, even though I'm not fully ready. Hopefully I wake up a bit earlier than normal and I can hit the phones on the car. I can hit the phones in the car on the way into work. Don't feel rested at all from the weekend, and tomorrow it starts all again. But this is the life I chose, and that's it for Ashville Weekly, episode 124. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to see an Ashville video you may not have seen before, and click here for last week's video, which was number 123.